up? What's up?
Everybody that way!
911! 911! 911! 911! 911!
Jumped out of your car because you're
Walking traffic! No, he's gonna take off! Hey, he's gonna try to go!
Wow. Go call 911. Get out of here! Steve, platform fascist! 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 Steve, platform
This is not fucking.
Protect the Constitution. Protect the Constitution.
What a fucking loser.
Protect the Constitution. Protect the Constitution. Protect the Constitution. Protect the Constitution.
Are you coming through?
Yeah, we'll strengthen numbers, right?
Yes.
Look at this idiot. This is ignorant ass white people. Look at this.
I'm not.
Ignorant.
Your protest today, trying to threaten my wife, is not okay.
We ain't don't threaten nobody.
You did. You had guns and baseball bats blocking off the road this morning. That's not okay.
I ain't have nothing to do with that.
Oh, you're scared.
Okay, so we were doing weekend errands and we had made ourselves downtown in the town that we live in. And they were protesting Elon Musk. So we seen the protesters, and being a Republican, we thought it would be funny to put on Trump-loving music. And I think Red Kingdom was playing, if I remember right.
Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah.
we turn it up, we roll our windows down, we drive past them, we get to the stoplight, the protesters block the road. They have like crossing guards who kept saying that they were non-binary and they were trans, but conveniently now they're women. Now that all this happened, now they're women because they're trying to defend the actions of the other person involved. So, they block the road. We sit there for a light. It turns green, turns red, and then we wait, turns green again. People are still blocking the road. So, like, we're like, hey, you gotta go. You gotta move. Like, you can't impede traffic. You can protest, but you can't impede traffic. So, he gets out of the truck, and he's like, goes to the middle of our truck, I would say, and he starts yelling at them that they have to move. So then they kind of like step closer to him. So then he steps up and he's like, you know, they get in a screaming match. They were screaming. I will admit that. I started screaming too because, you know, I was pissed the same as everybody else was in this situation. Then this like group of men come out of nowhere. I really don't know where they came from. They just kind of came. They were there. Kind of bum rushed him, and one of the guys ended up headbutting him. So then after headbutting him, he threw his hands up and he was like, call 911. He didn't want to move forward with violence. He didn't want to put his hands on them. He started screaming, call 911. So I quit recording because at this point I was recording everything. So I stopped recording. I call 911, and then they bum rush the car. Like, I'm sitting in our truck by myself, and this group of men start working their way to our truck. So at that point, he did go around the side, and he did get our firearm out. And yes, we had what was it, babe?
What?
Our pew-pew? Don't say the, like, specific, but what kind was it?
It was a Ruger.
It's a Ruger.
It was a Ruger pistol.
It's a Ruger pistol that we have in our truck.
Does resemble
and
that I have.
Anyway,
I only carry when there's times of unrest. I don't. It's not a daily thing.
We went to Chicago yesterday, and we had to make sure that we were protected because times are fucking weird right now. So it was in our truck. So he did go around and he did grab that. He did not put his finger on the trigger. He did not point it at nobody. He did not pew-pew anybody. He didn't hit anybody with it. None of that ever happened. He stayed 100% within his rights constantly. So, yes, he did pull it, but after he was assaulted, and then they started to come after me in the vehicle by myself. So, the cops show up. They end up putting him in cuffs. They detain him. They take him about a block away. I really don't know how far down they were. There was a lot of cop cars there. I don't know which one he was in. So they take him to a cop car. They put him in it. They keep me over by the protesters, and they lead me to believe that he is going to jail. And, like, I even said, we're an open carry state. You don't have to have a license in the state of Indiana to carry, though he does, because at one point we had to. I was like, and he didn't point it at anybody. He can walk down the street with a gun at any point in time that he wants, and it's not breaking any laws. Like, as long as he's not pointing at somebody, he didn't break any laws. So, they just happened to look up and they seen that there was 5 street cameras. After hearing my story and seeing the video that I had, they then pulled all 5 of these street cameras and verified that our story was 100% what we were saying it was, and that was 100% what the camera saw also. They then took him 2 blocks away and released him, if that's what you want to call it, unhandcuffed him. I wasn't handcuffed. I was in the back of the car with no handcuffs. Well, I guess they unhandcuffed him once they put him in the car.
Well, I was in there at first until they watched the cameras.
They had unhandcuffed him already. Anyway, they brought him to me. They released him, and they said that the reason that they had to take him away from this situation is so that way the protesters didn't riot. It's weird how the Party of Love Compassion not only assaulted somebody, spun a narrative about why somebody pulled a pew-pew out, and then the cops are worried about them rioting whenever somebody gets released for, standing their ground and holding their Second Amendment. But the news stories are loved to spin their narratives, and before the police even released their press statement, these news stations already had it posted that he's this big bad person that showed up with a gun and we're these big bad MAGA protesters, and that's simply not what happened. And the cameras showed that, which is why he is not in jail. And he never went to jail, but the person that assaulted him is absolutely in jail. So, yeah, that's the story time. I would show you him, but if I do, it'd give my location away, and we can't do that right now. So, say hey.
Hey.
He's there. He's not in jail. There's no record because he didn't do nothing. So that's what happened. And as soon as all of this gets closed and we can actually, like, once dude goes to court and all this other shit, and I can post the video that I have, I will do so. But I can't do that until this case is closed. So sorry, you guys are gonna have to wait a while on that part. But I'm sure there's other videos out there that show it. So just piece it together. And remember, not everything is what it seems in these videos. Have a good night.
The man who headbutted Jordon has been identified as Jeremy Marks, and he was arrested for misdemeanor battery, according to LPD. He has been bonded out of jail.
I seen a guy hop out his truck, screaming or whatever, and I seen him screaming at a bunch of ladies, and then I seen him put his hands on the lady. So that's why I got involved. That's why I got involved, because I seen him put his hands on the lady. So, and he's a man. He shouldn't be putting his hands on the especially elder lady. Like, it's just not right. So, I was standing up for the lady. It's not like I was doing it. It's not like I was doing it just to do it or anything like that. Because that's not me. That's not what I do.